I know, it was about time. We're going to make hamburger buns according to the flow. Start by preparing the so-called Tangzhong. It's an Asian technique for preparing dough. Thanks to it, the dough is much softer, fluffier, and lasts longer fresh. Additionally, you can incorporate about 10% more liquid into the dough than usual. Into a saucepan, add some milk and 20 g of all-purpose flour. Heat it to 65 degrees Celsius until it forms a thicker paste. Put the finished Tangzhong on a plate and let it cool. Then prepare the yeast starter. In a bowl, put 30 g of yeast and 10 g of sugar, and stir until it becomes a paste. Add 10 g of all-purpose flour and mix. Pour in 125 milliliters of milk and let the yeast starter rise. Add 320 g of all-purpose flour, 15 g of sugar, 8 g of salt, and mix lightly. Add 1 whole egg and 1 egg yolk. Add the cooled Tangzhong and finally pour in the risen yeast starter. Close the mixer with the dough hook and turn it on at a low speed. After 5 minutes, it will start to look a bit like dough. And you can increase the speed, now to about half power. And after about 10 minutes, mix in the softened butter. Transfer the kneaded dough into a bowl greased with oil and let it rise for an hour in a warm, draft-free place. The dough should at least double in size. Then punch it down to release the air. Place the dough on a lightly floured surface. Sprinkle it on top as well, and notice that when the container is empty, no more flour is sprinkled. But you need to work it with your hands and form it into a kind of roll. Depending on how many rolls you want and how big they should be, mark the cuts. You can weigh the entire dough and then weigh each roll individually to ensure they are all the same size. There are several methods to shape the dough into a roll. I would try 2. Folding under and folding over. And as you can clearly see from the video, either method works for me. If you have clumsy hands like mine, just shape it somehow. A baking sheet and parchment paper greased with oil. Cover with a deep baking sheet or a cloth and let it rise for 30 to 60 minutes. Ideally, place it in an off oven or one set to a temperature up to 40 degrees Celsius. Finally, brush all the buns with beaten egg yolk. Bake in the oven at 190 degrees Celsius, top and bottom heat, for 18 to 20 minutes. And here you can see how nicely the buns puffed up over time. Just let them cool a bit, then load them with beef, and your friends will carry you from the grill on their shoulders. See ya.